Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly energy update for the week of November 6th through November 13th. And this week we do have the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, and that's going to be happening on November 8th. So some information on that. Of course, whenever we have a full moon, we do talk about kind of an unveiling and letting go type of ceremony. So the full moon is at its fullest at actually 4:01 a.m. Mountain Time on November 8th. So you want to do like your releasing ceremony, your unveiling and letting go type of activity and energy 8 hours before then. So you get it all set up. It's almost like you're pre-packaging what you're ready to release. You go through whatever you want to do. You can like list 10 things that you want to release around these energies, and then they will start falling away. Now you can choose anything to release around, a full moon, but if you do zero in on the energies of the sign, then that does help out as well. So like Taurus, and I'll probably pop up just a little slide here so you could see those if you want to screenshot them. But it is about like groundingness and things that make you secure, things that are our source of confidence. Perseverance is a good energy. What do we need to persevere around? Finances and abundance, of course, is also around Taurus energy. Hard work, creativity, where can we use that in our life? Simplification is great. There's also dependency, codependency, independence, those kind of themes around that. And of course, eating and cooking are also around that. And the Taurian energy, because it is ruled by Venus, it does have some emotions and sensitivities or living through your senses around there as well. And of course, the Taurus bull, the resistance, the stubbornness comes into play. Now, the Taurus zodiac, that sign rules over the neck, the throat, the voice, the vocal cords, and the thyroid. So if you have anything around those, you can also bring those into this type of unveiling and letting go ceremony. So those are the energies that you want to focus on around that. And then, of course, the lunar eclipse, I did talk about eclipses last week and the week before. So if you want to check out those videos, I do go into more about eclipses, but it is about change. It is about sudden change, and kind of sometimes life-altering situations come up during an eclipse. And the total lunar eclipse does happen at right around the time of the fullest. It starts like at 4 a.m. Mountain Time. And we should probably see that in most places in the world, but always check out the internet to see what time it's going to be in your area. So if you want to be up watching the eclipse, you can do that. So wonderful information here. Use that, beautiful energies around this full moon that is expanding all the energies that we're feeling and all the emotions we're feeling in the moment. So focus on what you do want to grow and what you're thankful for in your life, more than focusing on what you don't want in your life and what you, or feel like you're lacking in your life. Use as much energy as you can during this full moon for the opposite. Of course, when you're doing the unveiling and letting go ceremony, you can write down thank you for bringing to me, unveiling this thing around this situation in my life and aiding me in letting it go. I mean, you can write it out and even say it out loud as you write out the 10 things, and that helps with all that release. So that is the little skinny on the Taurus energy. For this reading, of course, I'm going to pull a reading for each individual zodiac sign, and we're going to be asking just what are we resistant to letting go that's in our best interest to release. And so we're going to ask that for each sign. We're jumping into your sign right now. All right, Capricorn, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. All the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below, so if any of them catch your eye and you'd like them for yourself, you know where you can pick these up. So, obviously, there is this special message that's going to be coming through because the first recording I did for you, the sound quality was scratchy. Couldn't even hear. And then when I did a second recording, after I finished it, I noticed that I didn't plug in my microphone, so it sounded like I was across the room. So hopefully third time is a charm. And this is what you might be resistant to letting go of, but is actually in your best interest. So this is for you, Capricorn. You know, it's extra special for sure. All right, so let's take a look here. All right. So what do we have here? You've got the Gazelle. Beautiful card there. We'll put that here and let's see what energy comes with the Gazelle. Apologies, these are not in order. They're just by element. So here we are, we have the Gazelle. And it says heightened awareness and ability, being vulnerable. The Gazelle represents supreme grace with every move, and this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. Wow. And when you're in balance with this energy, you're graceful, you're perceptive, you're artistic. When you're out of balance with this energy, you might have food allergies, insomnia, or a racing mind. So to bring this energy into balance, try yin yoga or a cozy night at home or some good food. So I like that. So definitely, it feels like what you are, resistant to letting go is this racing mind. I feel like there's so much on your mind, so much that you feel you need to do, which is very Capricorn. I know I'm Capricorn rising, so I know our minds can be like, I have so much going on all the time, planning, and sometimes going with the flow, no way. But that, I feel, is what is coming for us here. The letting go of the racing mind and needing to be in control of everything. Being that little bit vulnerable, allowing and trusting the Creator and Spirit that things are going to unfold in perfect order, in perfect timing, and we don't have to control everything out there. We'll dig in more, though. We'll also pull here from the Wild Unknown Tarot, which is of the same author, and let's see what else they'd like to add in here. All right, so what else for Capricorn? Okay, those two, what else? Okay, anything else? Okay, they do up to that one there. And actually, the one from the bottom. All right. So let me just scooch these over here and we'll fit them all in. All right, we'll start with this one over here. And you do have the Five of Swords. So yeah, there we go with the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets, the attitudes, the expectations, all about the mental, all about the mind. And the Five starts off with this conflict, that there's these conflicting thoughts that are going back and forth. But the Ace of Swords in the middle is what is going to be our savior. It allows us to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm that are rooted in the unconditional love. And these other swords, the other ones that are conflicting, those are small t truths, those that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, those that are born of opinion, of popular opinion when we're young and we're fed them all and we make them our habit. So there's all these small t truths that are bouncing around in our head, trying out of fear to be met. So I like that awareness that's coming in. But we have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve us. So a very important piece of all this together, because emotions and thoughts are so intertwined together, right? Because we originally were feeling beings. Our emotional side is what develops first. We have all these fears and all these feelings that come up that our mind starts creating parameters around, like, I don't want to feel that again, so I'm going to do things and create these rules so I don't feel that way again. Even though it's very, very young and it doesn't really understand the whole thing, so it's making up rules very, very young, right? And then also there's praise. It's like, oh, I want to feel that way again, so I'm going to create rules so I can get some more of that feeling again. And that's where all this is intertwined and what's developing here. But we're ready to leave behind the emotions that no longer serve us. We're ready to look at the conflicting thoughts. See what else they have here. Yeah. Because we have more conflicting thoughts. Seven of Swords. This is about us becoming aware of what thoughts and beliefs that we have that are stealing our joy, stealing things of our life, stealing like our peace, right? So definitely this is all about the mind, the mind, the mind. Very fitting. And then we have the Hierophant, which is great. Hierophant is about moving to a higher level. 5, again, another 5, which is about change. And you have the key here, which this is about moving up in your spiritual beliefs as well. You know, the Hierophant is usually like a spiritual leader who, a loving, unconditionally loving spiritual leader is like, you know, an individual like Jesus or one of the prophets, one of the, wonderful, men in history that were so full of love that there was no rules. People just felt so peaceful around them. Well, then there's the other one too, which is all about the rules and all the stuff that has to be done, or you're going to hell, or you're, blah, blah, blah. All these, ones that are more judgmental. Well, that's what all those small t truths are coming in, because when you use this Ace of Swords and connect to the higher truths that are connected to unconditional love, no conditions, no rules, it's just love. This is the key. This is the unlocking here of letting go even religious or spiritual beliefs that are restricting and confining, that are keeping your head looping. So I love the progression here. Yes, because then there's the sun. So the sun does shine bright in every area of our life. And in fact, there's this huge sun behind the gazelle here. So this is victory. This is wonderful, wonderful, just abundance. It shines light on every area of your life, and it also into the cobwebs and everything else, but it brings light into the darkness where we can see things clearly and we're able to move forward. It also represents kind of the Leo energy, which has to do with the child self, because the sun rules over the sign of Leo, and it is about going back and looking at these thoughts and beliefs and these emotions that were created during our earlier years, because that's where the foundation began, where we were kind of misguided into conditional love instead of into unconditional love. And then you have the star. So another bright wish fulfillment, wonderful, wonderful card coming in here. Definitely it's about hope. It's about light shining in the darkness, as I was just saying, that is happening here. So wonderful, wonderful energies, wonderful connection to the higher realm too, that comes in here, that separates you from the old ways of thinking and allows your mind to come to rest in beautiful, beautiful ways. We're also going to pull from the Oracle of E, and let's see what else they would like to do. All right. So what else would you like our Capricorn to know? What else for Capricorn? All right. There we go. And you have pick up after yourself. I love it. We'll put that right here. And let's see what message comes with that here. Oh, that was card number 34, by the way. And it says, the blame game is over. It's time to realize that the only person who can affect you in any way is you. Within your own mind is the answer to every question and the power to accomplish anything. Take charge, be accountable, and let's do this thing. Yeah, and gazelle, too, for me, represents action and movement, right? And so this is saying this is time for this. And the answers are indeed in our mind, but not in our lower mind, not with all these conditions and all those things rooted in fear. Because when we go into fear, the human goes out of our minds. So the higher mind, the one that's connected to the spiritual realm, that is where all the answers surely do exist. So I like it. And then your final card for this reading for this week is from the High Vibe deck. And we're just going to shuffle it one more time here and see what your final message is from Spirit. So for our Capricorns, what's your final message for them, please? What's your final message for Capricorn? All right. I had a feeling you were going to have two. So I like it. So the first one is someone new. And it says, talk to someone new. Even the simplest connections increase your feeling of community and trust. Ask a stranger their name. Ask them a question about themselves. It will bring a smile to their face, which will increase your vibe. And it's interesting, when I read that, I felt like this someone new that you're reaching out to is the real you, the you that you've been hiding, and that has been masked with all of these supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's. It's like you are becoming someone new, and you get to know this someone, this new someone. I like it. And then you have positive change, which says the opposite of an intuitive thought is a self-critical thought. Here we go about thinking again. Whenever you put yourself down or think you're not good enough, reframe the statement. For example, turn "I am not good enough" into "What if I was good enough?" Turn "I'm not very smart" into "I'm doing my best," or "Kindness is my strength." What are some other positive statements you can think of to reframe the self-critical thought, right? And I think a big one is that I am unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things and all of these beings of unconditional love and light. You know, that's where this unconditional love, these new thoughts come from as well. But definitely look and see what self-critical thoughts are spinning around and how you can convert those. So I absolutely love this for you. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there is an option for all. And if you select that, two things happen. One, of course, you get notified of any new videos that come out. But number two, you also get notified when I go live to provide free readings on YouTube. I know right now, every day of the week, in the weekend too, I go on 7 p.m. Mountain Time in the evening. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings, I normally on at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you haven't stopped by to say hello and see if we can get a free reading in there for you, I'd love to see you. Also, doing the things I mentioned helps spread the Zen Love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of the videos, when you comment on one of the videos, or if you subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy. It wants to automatically share the videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I am very, very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for more specific information and answers for your specific life, I also offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description of the video below. All right, beautiful Capricorn, as you go through this amazing, peacefully mindful week, please know that every second of every day of your life, you truly are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. But in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.